Hey all, just wanted to do a little quick video on the 20 series overclocking for Ethereum. Most cards will get about 43. That's kind of the sweet spot. Got this one rare card here, MSI Ventus. It's the same as these other two, but for some reason it only wants to go to 37. It locks this core all the way down. You know, if I bring it up to 100%, you know, give it 0 core, it's as soon as you get this memory, see there? Just popped up as soon as I brought the memory down. I've done a ton of testing on it, and it's actually more efficient than these other two at that same setting, but it goes into this lower clock. And so we got the ETH 2060 Super. As soon as you get that core or the memory above like 600, it drops that core clock. So there's something different in the way it's designed. I've checked the BIOS. They're all the same BIOS, stuff like that. Anyways, that's the rarity. You might get one, whatever. So here we got some 2060 Supers, 43. We got 2080s, 43. You know, we got a 44 here. Got another rig here, 2070s, 2070 Super, 2080 Supers, 43. So then it really comes down to how low you can get the power limit before it kicks down that core clock. So we got these 2080s here. One of them is a MSI Ventus, and the lowest power you can do is 58. But at that 58, it's still only pulling 125, so it's still a great card. The first two, this first one I can run at 50 and it runs great, but this guy I got to run at 53% before that core gets too low, because if I drop it down to 50% power, we're looking at this bottom card here. So there it drops the core clock down. In a second it'll start dropping in hash. So you can really fine tune each individual card. So like these 2080s, the generic setting I have saved in my profile is 55 power limit. So if I'm just in a rush, I can select all of them, load the profile, ETH 2080, loads them all at 55 except for that one dumb one that only goes to 58. And then it runs. But if I got a second, I'll go through, I'll bring them all down to 50 and work my way back up. So like this bottom card, brought it down to 50, that core clock plummeted, it's only getting 41. So let's go, I think it was like 53 is where it kicks in. There we go. So at 53 power, it got out of that super low power state, and it'll start going back up to 43. So really, got a ton of different cards here, and on Ethereum, they all just kind of sit at that 43. So it's got to be something in the design of the busters. I don't even know. I'm not that cool of a guy to know what would cause this. But it's really just get that memory up 1,000 or so, lower that power until that core clock drops off. So you don't want to overdo your memory clock. You'll start getting some hardware errors. You won't get as many accepted shares. It's tough to tell if you only have a single card if your accepted shares is good. But if you have multiple cards that are similar, you'll notice if one's only submitting, you know, like here, if it was only submitting 60 shares accepted and these were all in the 150, 160, 170, then you know something's wrong. It's not completing the work. So keep an eye on your accepted shares if you got multiple cards that you can compare to. Yeah, they all run at this 43. So, and it's just an issue of dropping that power limit as low as you can before it forces that core clock to an ultra low power state. Hope that gets you in the right area. The exception is the 2080 Ti. These are the settings I got going for it. 0 core, 1,000 memory. And like on this guy, my profile is a 55 power limit. So just the quick setting, get it set, walk away. But I know with these two cards, this guy needs a little bit more power on the top. And then the second GPU needs a little bit less to get around 59. Yeah, so cool. Talk to you guys later.
Later.